Good evening, good evening. My name is DHamaguchi. We are watching UFC 323 and a boxing card, same time. Right now, in the cage, we have Jan Blachowicz, and in the ring, we have Stephen Fulton versus Oshaki Foster. Fulton and Foster are fighting for a belt, the WBC interim featherweight belt. Jan Blachowicz, he just dropped his opponent, ground and pound from top position. His opponent makes it to his feet, but I think the ref just stopped it there. That's it. So congratulations to Mr. Polish Power. He just got a win. That is the first fight on the main card of UFC 323, Merab versus Petr Yan, the rematch. Okay, in the boxing ring, we are between rounds. Oshaki Foster versus Stephen Fulton. Trying to listen in on on Foster's corner. Interesting enough, Stephen Fulton chooses not to sit down on the stool between rounds. I like Foster's ring outfit. He's got the Carhartts and pseudo Tims on. Have to say, Fulton's ring outfit. Fulton's feet are a little bit wide. His stance is a little bit wide. Foster is fighting out of the southpaw, so we have an open stance matchup in the boxing ring. Both very technical fighters, Fulton and Foster, measured, but they're letting their hands go a little bit more in this round. Still, both men are working behind a disciplined jab. Fulton is on the outside at the moment. High double guard, good upper body movement. Foster's firing off his jab. Fulton just covering up with a double high guard and using body movement to try to close distance. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, my fault. So they didn't give Blachowicz the stoppage. So it's going to go to decision. Hang on one sec. Let's hear what this decision. Oh my goodness, they call it a majority draw between Jan Blachowicz and I don't know whose opponent is. Sorry guys, not that interested in that fight. I'm not a big Polish Power fan. Alright, so we're between fights here in the cage, but back in the ring, Stephen Fulton is still hunting down Oshaki Foster. But Foster's the one firing the most of the shots at the moment. Lots of jabs. And then every now and again, Foster will drop in his straight left hand. Fulton's starting to come alive a little bit now. Working behind that high double guard to try to bob and weave to work inside. Throws a lead right hand there. Doesn't quite catch Foster. Foster's making good use of his footwork. Foster with the straight left. Fulton is starting to work a little bit behind his jab, but just not quite enough, I don't think. We will have to probably give this round to Oshaki Foster based on volume alone. So this is the fourth of 12 rounds. That's the round in the boxing ring. Okay, so we are between rounds here. We see Lamont Roach using that vibrating band thingy in his change room. I guess he wants to use that to warm up. And now we're taking a look at Isaac Cruz getting his hand wraps finalized. Looks like his corner's trying to block the camera from shooting much footage there in the change room. Can't blame him. And so we're between fights with the UFC. We're cutting to a long shot of the cage. All right, here we go. Next round of Fulton versus Foster. All right, this round Fulton's coming out a little more active with his jab. This is the 5th round, so I guess he figured now's time to pick it up after the first third of the fight is in the books. Fulton crowded Foster there for a second, had him trapped on the ropes. Fulton with trying to throw his very sharp 1-2s, but O'Shaquie Foster's making good use of his varied jab and his body shifts to keep Fulton at bay. Hey Mickey D, what's up? Okay, so you think the draw was fair? That's cool. I really, honestly, that's cool because I wasn't paying attention to that fight. All right, so up next is Henry Cejudo, I think, and Tatsuo Taira. All right, while we're waiting for that fight in the cage, Fulton is starting to come a little more alive here, but he's still reverting a lot to that high double guard. There, he just had a high double and backed up. The problem with that high double is O'Shaquie Foster can split that guard and land his punches through Fulton's high double guard. Fulton still marching forward. Tries to catch O'Shaquie Foster on the ropes, but Foster pivots out. Double jab right to the body attempt by Fulton. O'Shaquie Foster with a nice long jab to the head and then jab to the body. And then a nice 1-2 by Foster. I feel like Fulton's wide stance isn't really helping him much. You know, his challenge is to close distance and get to Foster. Foster has a very long reach. A little showboating expression from Foster right there. So there we have it. Yeah, boxing, we are watching the co-main of Roach versus Cruz, and it's O'Shaquie Foster versus Stephen Fulton. O'Shaquie Foster seems to be winning. How are you doing, Carlos? What's up, Mason? How are you? Are you guys watching UFC as well? That's really what I'm more interested in the UFC card tonight, to be honest. Oh, cool. Yeah, Carlos, I remember you were at the live this morning. All right, so I think it's Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot is up next. All right, guys, we're here to talk about combat sports. That's about it. All right, round 6 for 12. Stephen Fulton versus O'Shaquie Foster. Round 6. Foster still sticking hard behind that jab. Fulton falling a little bit short with his 1-2. Nice double jab, followed by a straight left from Foster. Really, all Foster has to do for this whole fight, I think, is just stick right behind his jab and then drop in his left hand every now and again. Because Fulton hasn't solved the problem of... Fulton has not solved the problem of distance. Single jab there from Fulton. That's the other thing. If he wants to close distance, he needs to throw more than one jab at a time. He absolutely has to feint and throw a couple of jabs. There he goes, double jab with a straight right. Simply haven't seen enough volume from Fulton just yet. Comes in with a big right hand to the body, but doesn't quite get it. And again, O'Shaquie Foster just sticking right behind his nice long stab jab with a straight left. Hey, official Theraguy, thank you so much for the flower. Really appreciate it. That's so cool. All right, in the cage, we have Peyton Talbot getting ready for Henry Cejudo. Really appreciate all the gems and everything, you guys. So thank you so much. It keeps the live streams fun for me. Oh, Foster and Fulton in a bit of a tussle in the corner there. Again, Fulton still falling short with his punches. And that's the round. All right, so at this point, it looks like Foster is going to be this interim belt holder. Let's see if I can hear what Boots and his dad has to say to Fulton. He's telling him he's got to get close. I think Boots and his dad is telling him to, when he body shifts, to come with a punch right off the body shift, makes sense. So we'll see if Fulton's able to follow those instructions. Okay, in the cage, Cejudo is cage side now. He's getting ready to step in there. Cejudo hugs up his corner. Excuse me for one sec. Right, in the ring, we are now round 7. Looks like O'Shaquie Foster is going to walk away with this interim belt. Fulton, feet a little bit too wide, still hasn't figured out the distance here. I admire Foster's discipline and just sticking with his jab, you know, not getting too excited, not trying to go for the kill, as they say. I like the variety of jabs that Foster uses, and he varies the tempo and the force on them. I mean, that's a great way to keep somebody confused and keep him guessing. It's exactly what he's doing right now. He's just changing up with the target. Changing up with the path of delivery of his jab as well. And that's really keeping Stephen Fulton from throwing any punches. All right, in the cage we have Peyton Talbot and Henry Cejudo. This is, I think, a must-win fight for Cejudo. I mean, if he loses to Talbot, I'm not sure what he'll do, if he'll announce his retirement or... I mean, it's kind of a tough call for Henry if he loses this one. Oh, and Foster in the cage. Foster has had Fulton against the ropes there for a second. We got less than a minute to go here. Fulton's starting to try to throw a jab to the head, right hand to the body. But he's really given away the first half of this fight, so he needs a huge second half of the fight here. But unfortunately for Fulton, he's still standing at the wrong distance for him, the right distance for O'Shaquie Foster. I'm wondering if Fulton actually sparred enough with taller guys with a long reach in his camp, because he should have been able to figure out distance through the sparring sessions. Okay, let's see if we can hear what Foster's corner has to say. Hi, how are you doing, Jacob? Okay, in the cage. Oh, big 1-2 just lands for Peyton Talbot. He's definitely has the height and reach on Cejudo. Talbot is the longer, leaner fighter here. It's they're both Cejudo and Talbot are fighting out of orthodox stance. Henry's trying to close in on Talbot. Talbot is moving around the cage nicely. Nice side-to-side movement from Talbot. Cejudo with his usual chin right up there in the air. Cejudo almost lands a little short right on the inside, but gets clipped with a jab just there. Both men trying to throw calf kicks. Talbot with the much fancier footwork, I would say. That doesn't necessarily mean it's more effective, but Cejudo shoots in for a single, doesn't get it. Tries to follow up with a knee to the body. Okay, in the boxing ring, we are in the 8th round for 12. I feel O'Shaquie Foster is comfortably ahead on the cards. He's working behind a nice, disciplined, long, sharp jab, maintaining good distance. He's not allowing Fulton to close distance, so Fulton just hasn't figured that out this entire fight. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate it. Okay, back in the cage. We're almost at the halfway point here. Nice right hand for Talbot lands. I mean, it's ironic. We have another case here of Cejudo being the shorter fighter. He's going to have to solve the problem of distance. Now Cejudo just complains about an eye poke or something. Ref intervenes. Talking to Henry. Says okay. He speaks to Talbot. And the fight's just going to continue. Alright guys, YouTube wants me to throw up this sticker. Oh no, it disappeared. Alright. Two minutes left in the cage.
It's 20 hours.
I mean, Henry is throwing some hard strikes, but I don't know that he's been effective with any of them yet. I think Talbot has landed the more effective punches. They fall into a clinch and Talbot gets Henry down on the ground. Henry closes his ankles, so Talbot's in Henry's full guard. Henry's hugging Peyton's head and shoulder. Peyton sneaks his arm out though. There's about a minute and a half to go here in the first round of Peyton Talbot versus Henry Cejudo. Okay, in the ring, we are between rounds in the ring. Not sure what. Fulton has got a couple of people talking at him. Should only be one person, which is the trainer. But again, he chooses to stand in the corner. Not sure why. But I think Ennis is telling him he's got to get going. Okay, in the cage, we're still grappling here. Peyton has underhook. Has Henry against the cage. Less than half a minute to go here. So I think if Talbot just kills time, oh, but he lets Henry go, pushes him away. They're back center cage. Henry loads up on some big right hands, but doesn't quite get it. Peyton also loads up, doesn't get it, gets another takedown, clean takedown on Henry. How about that? Has him in side control now, and that's the round. So first round, it goes to Peyton Talbot. Kind of embarrassing for the wrestler, Henry Cejudo. Gets taken down twice. All right, back in the ring, for reasons known only to himself, Stephen Fulton has switched to, oh no, my fault, Shaki Foster has switched to orthodox stance. That's interesting. So now Fulton is fighting a closed stance fight. You would think that works better for Fulton, but let's see. Well, Shaki Foster sticks behind that long jab, lands a nice 1-2. This is the 9th round out of 12. Fulton again misses with a big right hand, misses with his jab. So this is why he can't throw single punches. He has to throw more than one. There he goes. He throws a double jab, but they both fall a little short. Here's where Fulton also needs to work in some feinting in order to close distance. All right, back at the UFC, we are looking at Brandon Moreno warming up. Oh, and Peyton just caught Henry Cejudo with a straight left from southpaw stance. This is the opening of round 2 of their schedule for 3. Henry with a calf kick. Oh, Savus, thank you so much. I really appreciate the gift. Oh my goodness, and Peyton has Henry down on the ground, little ground and pound, scramble. Henry gets a single leg grab, but not, now they're back up. Thank you, Savus, I really appreciate it. Back to grappling in center cage. Henry tries to get a takedown, doesn't quite get it. Peyton almost has his back. Now Henry is in Peyton's full guard. Peyton closes guard. Henry has Peyton's head and shoulder, looks like. 4 minutes remain in this round. Thank you so much, Savus Hortz. I really appreciate the jewels. Thank you. Cejudo has the lockdown on one of Peyton's legs, meaning Cejudo has figure forward one of Peyton's legs. Peyton's starting to sit up, scramble a little bit, trying to work his way out of this position. Henry's making use of his big head to apply pressure to try to keep Peyton down. 3 minutes or so remaining in the second round of this matchup between Henry Cejudo and Peyton Talbot. Old guard and new guard, as the cliche would go. All right, back in the ring, we have O'Shaquie Foster versus Stephen Fulton. I have to admit, I really haven't paid much attention to O'Shaquie Foster until this evening. But I'm impressed with his discipline behind the jab. Okay, in the cage we had a little scramble there. Peyton is now on all fours. Henry's got that dog position where he's parallel and got one arm around Peyton's waist. In the ring, O'Shaquie Foster with a nice jab, right hand. So it looks like maybe for the final 4 rounds, O'Shaquie Foster is going to switch and fight out of orthodox stance instead of his usual southpaw stance. Back in the cage, Cejudo and Peyton are against the cage. They got unders. Henry walks off the cage. They separate. Back towards center cage. Back to striking. Oh, nice jab by Talbot. The thing here is, of course, Talbot has the height and reach advantage on Cejudo. So Cejudo can't afford to just put up a high double guard. Oh, some good body shot to... Oh, and a nice knee straight up the middle by Talbot. Nice body shots by Talbot. Oh, goodness. Henry wakes up and comes back with 2 hard shots of his own, but Talbot's landing some good power shots here. Cejudo tries a knee or 2, and he's down on the ground. Talbot trying to get some ground and pound in here. Henry's against the cage. Now Henry's back up on his feet. Okay, these two are slugging it out, but this is not Cejudo's area of strength. Talbot's smiling and laughing at him. Cejudo has a cut from somewhere because he's really bleeding. Cejudo fires a big overhand right. One lands, one doesn't land. Oh, Talbot making fun of him now. Thank you, W. Edis. Oh, just lost my stream. Sorry, guys. Can boxing ring much the same? O'Shaquie Foster coming on with some hard right hands, fighting out of orthodox position. But it now looks like Stephen Fulton has managed to close distance a little bit, simply because they're in orthodox. Hi, Wunderlich. Yes, happy Saturday to you. But in spite of Fulton opening up here towards the end of the fight, I think this is all O'Shaquie Foster's fight. Right, Henry Cejudo not looking too stable at the moment. Just a matter of seconds before this second round. And that's it, second round. So I have it 2-0, Talbot. Can Talbot finish Cejudo in the third round? That's the question. All right, back in the ring. We are in the penultimate round, WBC interim lightweight title for between Stephen Fulton and O'Shaquie Foster. Foster now switches back to southpaw stance. Interesting strategy from Foster. Foster with some little back fist playful jabs. And he drops in his straight lefts behind that. Fulton just standing there with his high double guard. This is not a way for him to win this fight, and definitely not a way to win the round. So I don't see any urgency from Fulton. I haven't seen any urgency the entire fight. So I don't know what his motivation was. You know, if he just wanted the shot, if he just wanted the paycheck. But he's not fighting like he wants to be an interim world champion. Even though he's starting to pick up the pace a little bit in the last few rounds, surely he knows that this is not going to be enough. Okay, back in the cage. I want to know if Peyton Talbot can finish Henry Cejudo, and if so, if Henry Cejudo retires. Cejudo still fighting with that chin up. Cejudo seems to be, or Peyton seems to be able to land his shot, his strikes quite well on to Henry's head. Oh, nice knee to the head by Talbot. What I like about Talbot's footwork is he's very smooth in how he switches from orthodox to southpaw and back again. He does it, he flows back and forth naturally simply by moving around. He doesn't make an obvious switch and then reset. Right, men are in a grappling position now. Talbot goes for a throw, doesn't quite get it, but now he has Henry against the cage with one underhook. Okay, in the ring, Foster has Fulton against the ropes. The ref is watching very closely. In the cage, Talbot still with it. They both have, each man has an underhook. Cejudo tries for the plum with the knee. Doesn't get it. Peyton has Cejudo against the cage. Peyton's using his forehead to kind of grind into Henry's face. Peyton with a knee to the body. In the ring, Fulton's nose is a little bit bloody, so his cut man steps inside the ring to tend to him. Bozy Ennis is on the outside. Foster's corner is asking for a hard body shot. I'll leave the cursing out. Okay, in the cage, Cejudo has Peyton up against the cage. Peyton reverses the position. Got over 2 minutes to go here. I'm not sure why we were zoomed in on their feet, but we were for a moment. Talbot with it. Oh, that was the ref cam. I see, okay. Peyton's trying some knees to the body as he has these two underhooks secured on Henry. Okay, final round of the fight between Stephen Fulton and O'Shaquie Foster for the WBC interim lightweight title. Thus far, it's been all O'Shaquie Foster. Stephen Fulton just never solved the problem of distance. Foster's come out as a southpaw this round. So interesting strategy for Foster to fight the first half of the fight out of southpaw stance, switch to orthodox for a few rounds, and then switch back to southpaw. Okay, in the cage, Cejudo and Talbot are clinched up in the middle of the cage. Both have one underhook. Talbot throws knees to the body. They break apart, back to striking. Henry misses with a big shot. Peyton wisely just sticks to his jab, lands a knee. Henry's covering up, grabs a single. But Henry's just standing there with that foot. Henry with a big right hand and misses that. Right in the boxing ring, Shaki Foster all the way here, just staying right in front of Fulton, right behind that disciplined jab. Fulton's moving around the ring, but that's really not what he needs to do. He's got a minute left to try to stop Foster, because that's the only way he wins this fight. But moving around like that on the outside is not going to help him stop Foster. All right. Last few seconds of this fight between Talbot and Cejudo, and that's a wrap. I think that was Talbot's victory. I give him all 3 rounds. I wonder if Henry's going to retire. The men acknowledge each other at the end of the fight. Talbot's a good head taller than Henry Cejudo, so surely Cejudo knew what he had to do if he wanted to win this fight. Just figure out a way to close distance. Okay, let's see if we can listen in here. You got Cejudo talking to Dana through the cage. Cejudo's in a kneeling position. I'm not really sure what Henry's saying. He just said, I think heard him say, "Thanks, boss." All right, in the ring, very happy Oshaki Foster. I don't see how he didn't win that fight. I mean, I think he won every single round. Really can't find a round to give to Fulton, but we'll have to wait for the officials. Same thing in the cage. I think that was a clean sweep for Peyton Talbot, so congrats to him. He had one rather inspired performance a couple fights ago, and then he turned it around, worked on his grappling. He got at least 3 takedowns, including one that was an Ochigari, which brought a big smile to his face after he got Henry down. Oh, nice left body shot by Talbot there. Henry threw a big overhand right. Talbot avoided it and then caught Henry with a body shot. Classic boxing. All right, so we're just waiting for everything to be made official, but I think we're going to see Talbot's hand raised, and we will see Oshaki Foster's hand raised in a minute. How are you guys doing? How's your Saturday going? Thank you, W Edits for the 100. I really appreciate it, you guys. Every penny helps. So, yeah, my goal is to continue to earn a few dollars through these live streams and help put that towards a training camp so I can devote more time to my training. All right, so there we have it. I didn't hear the score, but Oshaki Foster, no surprise, is the interim champion by unanimous decision. He's 24-3. Haven't heard of him before, but congratulations to him. Okay, so in the cage. Yeah. 30-27 for Peyton Talbot. Dominant performance. He got 3 takedowns at least on Henry Cejudo.
Not just a huge victory over a former two-division champion, but a victory where you show the evolution of your game continues to grow. Yeah, I'm young and I'm only going to keep getting better. Henry I respect the guy so much. He taught me a lot early on, and that's the least I can do is learn from these legends and then pay it forward, you know? What does it feel like to get 2 takedowns on an Olympic gold medalist, though? You look so happy when you got that first one. It feels pretty good. I was ecstatic, yeah. Now I got a little greedy and ended up on top, but again, I'm just going to keep making those improvements. You are one of the most dynamic and interesting guys in this division. It's always a pleasure watching you perform. Thank you, sir. Guys, give it up for Henry Cejudo, the savior of the flyweight division. Love him or hate him. Everybody watch. Show your applause. Well said. Thank you. Peyton Talbot, ladies and gentlemen.
Talbot shows a lot of respect to Henry Cejudo.
Fight of the former two-division world champion, Henry Cejudo. How about a round of applause for Triple C?
Rogan announces it's Cejudo's final fight.
Tonight. This was a tough task. You had trained with this kid. You knew what he was all about.
He's the future man. I always, even after the fight, I said, hey, dude, come over, let's keep training, man. I'm gonna keep mentoring him, but fuck, dude, this put a good step on the end.
This is the end. And what a career it's been. And I want you to see the montage we put together for you to honor the amazing career that you've had.
Alright, so they put together a package for Henry Cejudo. This is why I don't know it's always good, if it's good to say, hey, this is my last fight.
The second goal was to become Olympic champion. And the third goal was to become champion of the UFC.
Henry the Messenger Cejudo set to make his long-awaited and highly anticipated UFC debut. The kind of athlete that this man is, he can do anything he wants. One day, maybe he will be the elite of the elite.
Just like I won Olympic gold in 2008, I'm here to win gold in the UFC.
He's a young man with a success mindset.
Alright, so in the boxing ring, we are getting ready for Lamont Roach versus Isaac Cruz.
My dream is to just reach mountains that nobody's ever climbed.
He wants to be known as the greatest combat athlete of all time, UFC champion, and Olympic gold medalist, something no one has ever done. Henry Cejudo.
Oh, they're showing the moment where he beat Demetrius Johnson by decision.
Winners Joe. Now give me that best at 135 pounds. I want that belt too.
Henry Cejudo sets goals, gets to the finish line, and he moves the finish line back to go chase something else. Cejudo moving up to try to become a double champion tonight. Big shots from Cejudo. Violence in trouble. Henry Cejudo's breaker. The elbows from Cejudo. This fight is about to get stopped. That's it. Get him the second belt. Henry Cejudo is the UFC bantamweight champion. My name is Triple C, Olympic champion, flyweight champion of the world, and now bantamweight champion of the world. I'm the greatest combat athlete of all time.
Nobody has my last name. Whether you think I'm corny, cringy, we'll find a better competitor.
Never put anything past Henry Cejudo.
Alright, so nice package they put together there for Cejudo.
Truly is once in a lifetime type of athlete. The messenger,
When it comes to combat sports, I'm number one.
Triple C's out. Henry, you've had an incredible run. It's been an honor to call your fights, and you will go down in history as one of the best to ever do it. Thank you for everything.
I'd like to just say, give a big thank you to Uncle Dana, man. Thank you for this opportunity.
Henry's thanking Dana White.
Hunter, Sean, Big Mater, everyone from UFC. Man, you guys bought the UFC for $2 million, 42 in the hole. So what are worth now about $7 million, I think something like $15 million. So you guys have changed so many lives. And I do agree with Dana that the UFC, the mixed martial arts
Alright, and Joe Rogan's calling for another round of applause for Henry Cejudo. Over on the boxing, Pitbull's putting on his little dog mask. And Lamont Roach is getting ready to make their ring walks. Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're about to get this main event in the boxing ring. I'm actually more interested in the UFC tonight, you guys, for sure. Getting ready for the ring walk. Hey, Carlos. Down to your last pair of contacts. That's funny. Yeah, I haven't had contacts in a while. Alright, so apparently Pitbull Cruz is plus 180, so I don't know, for what it's worth. I don't bet, so but I did make a little short where I said I think Lamont is the boxer puncher. I don't think he'll stand and trade with Isaac, but I think he'll use his boxing skills to outpoint Isaac Cruz. If he gets him in trouble, I think he'll move in for the kill, but I don't think he's going to take too many risks. How's your guys' Saturday going? Carlos, did you have to work today? I hope not. Guys, don't forget to throw a super thanks up there. Every little bit helps, so if you're enjoying the live streams, please show some love. Even if it's just a couple of jewels, it's all appreciated. It all goes towards a good cause, which once I cover the cost of the channel, everything else can go towards supporting my training expenses. Alright, now we got Lamont Roach with a face mask. I'm not really into these face mask things, but if people want to make a fashion statement like that, I guess that's their prerogative. Okay, in the UFC, they're trying to advertise for Pimblett versus Gaethje. So they're showing some Patty highlights and some Justin highlights. What do you guys think of that? Do you want to see Gaethje fight Pimblett? I made an extended video about the whole Arman Tsarukyan being overlooked issue. But what do you guys think about that? All right, here we go in the boxing ring. I think they're about to start the walkouts finally. Lamont Roach has a sequin black face mask on It looks like he's got kind of an executioner's cape on. This could take a while, you guys. Alright, back at the UFC, we're watching Merab get his hands wrapped. Okay, Lamont Roach is in the ring. Takes his face mask off. All right, Carlos. Next up, we have Tatsuo Taira versus Brandon Moreno. Oh, no worries, Carlos. Trust me, I make typos all the time. Alright, who do you guys have in this one? Brandon Moreno or Tatsuo Taira? Who do you guys have in this boxing match? Quite frankly, I think the UFC card is more interesting than this boxing card tonight, but it is what it is. Alright, now we got Isaac Cruz making his ring walk. Coming out to a live mariachi band. These are pretty slow ring walks, guys, but that's just how it is. Tatsuo Taira says this is his biggest test so far versus Brandon Moreno. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. I would not pay for this, that's for sure. It's not pay-per-view. It's not pay-per-view material. But that's why they have to come up with these, titles. Lara fought for a belt. Lara won a belt. I mean, I guess that's the only way they can sell the card, right? All right, with the UFC, here comes Tatsuo Taira. Just like a lot of these young Japanese fighters, he's got his hair bleach blonde. Hi, Vindimo. How are you? We're watching boxing and UFC at the same time. Boxing, it's Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach for a belt, and in the ring, or in the cage rather, it's Tatsuo Taira. He's about to take on Brandon Moreno. Do you like to watch boxing and MMA? No, it's sparkling water. Okay, in the boxing ring, we have Jimmy Lennon Jr. making the announcements. Right, this is for an interim belt. Huh. Interim lightweight belt. Interim super lightweight belt, which is like junior welterweight. So interim 140-pound belt. Oh, you're Ukrainian? Very cool. You like Usyk? Definitely one of my favorite fighters. And of course, Lomachenko is also one of my favorite fighters. I'm American. This stream is coming out of Southern Cal. All right, Brandon Moreno's about to get in the cage. They made him a nice pair of custom trunks. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Moreno's looking a little bit soft, like not totally well toned. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess we'll find out. Okay, in the boxing ring, this is going to take probably another 15 minutes for them to get finally started with the action. We're making all the announcements right now. All right, in the cage, yes, Suhuro has a real nice pair of custom trunks. Red with some green and white highlights. I'm not quite sure what the design is, but looks pretty cool. Right now they're announcing Isaac Pitbull Cruz. In the cage they are announcing Tatsuo Taira. All right, Taira versus Moreno. Both men are fighting out an orthodox stance. Wow, my stream is really slow for the UFC. Sorry, guys. Okay, in the cage we got Tyra on the outside moving around. Henry trying to hold center cage, kind of leaning way over on his lead leg. Tyra feints like he's going to shoot in, shoots in again. Moreno catches Tyra on the ground. It looks like he's trying for a triangle or something. It's hard to tell from this camera angle. Yeah, it looks like he's trying for a triangle from bottom. Okay, in the boxing ring, Cruz and Roach both fighting out of orthodox stance. Roach moving around on the outside. Pitbull lands a nice jab right there. Comes in with the big overhand right, but misses that. Cruz is staying right behind this high double guard. We know he's a pressure fighter going to come in. Nice head movement from Cruz to avoid Roach's punches. They tie up by the ropes, underhooks. Okay, in the cage, Moreno looks like he's trying for a triangle from bottom position. It's hard to see how Tyra is defending, if he's got any defense there. Right, in the cage, in the ring, Pitbull still marching forward behind that high double. Opens up with a big left hook right hand, but doesn't land that. Roach is just moving backwards, throwing touch jabs. They fall into a clinch. In the cage, Moreno's persisting with that bottom position triangle, but now Tyra is up on his feet. 2 minutes to go here. Oh, Tyra picks up Moreno and drops him back down. And that's the first round. Roach nods to his corner as he heads back to sit down on the stool. Okay, in the cage, you got a minute and a half to go. Moreno's committed to that triangle from bottom position, but I don't think he quite has it locked in. He's got his legs locked, but he doesn't have the choke locked in just yet. Tyra's just standing up, bent over at his waist. Moreno's trying to pull his arm tighter to lock the choke in. We'll see if he gets it. He's got another minute to try to get this submission. Right, in the cage in the ring we're about to start the second round. In the cage you got just under a minute to go. Tyra's still stuck in that bent over position. Moreno's got that triangle locked in from bottom position. Okay, in the ring, nice 1-2 by Lamont Roach. Pitbull is starting to open up with some big shots to the body. Just missed one right there. And they tie up on the inside. I would like to see Roach make a little bit more use of his jab to keep Cruz off of him so they don't wind up tying up. Oh, and just at the last moment in the cage, the men break apart, but that's the end of the round. So, all right, back in the ring. Again, a little grappling going on. Cruz with a nice jab. Lands. Notice how well Cruz fights looking out of his eyebrows, as we say. He really keeps his chin tucked well. Nice attempt with a liver shot there by Cruz. Oh, Roach just got clipped there with right hand from Isaac Cruz. He needs to be more mindful of distance here and start using his jab a little more. I feel like Roach is leaning over on his front foot a little bit too much, which gives away the distance. I don't like how Roach is standing here in the pocket with Isaac Cruz. That's not where he wants to be. All right, second round begins for Taira versus Moreno. Taira attempts to shoot, but abandons that. In the ring, I'm starting to think maybe I called it wrong. You know, maybe Isaac gets a knockout versus Roach, because Roach isn't really maintaining distance here with his jab. A nice little weave under and pivot by Roach, and nice two body shots. In the cage, we have Moreno still leaning way over his lead foot. I'm not sure why he's fighting that way. Okay. In the ring, it's we're between rounds here. All right, we're not getting any translation on the corner work for Cruz. In the cage, Taira has Moreno on the ground momentarily. Moreno scrambles, he's up on all fours. Taira's rotating around, trying to take Moreno's back. He's got one hook in. Oh, now he's got the body lock. All right, Tatsuo Taira has Brandon Moreno's back with a body lock. It looks like he's going to try to rotate here. Now he's throwing down some punches from above. Not a bad strategy. Now Moreno is pancaked out on his front. And Tatsuo is just throwing lots of ground and pound from above. Referee stops it. That's it. Tatsuo Taira gets a stoppage win over Brandon Moreno. Good for him. Very smart. Very smart on the ground. Moreno's complaining about the stoppage. The ref is explaining to him why. Wow. Very strategic there by Tatsuo Taira, and very smart, very disciplined. Right, in the ring, the ref is yelling at Isaac Cruz to keep his hands up. Now Roach is starting to feel his jab right hand, and then get out of the way of Cruz's counterpunch. This is exactly the Lamont Roach I wanted to see. What did you guys think? Did you think that stoppage was too soon? The problem is when you're pancaked out on your front, you're not defending anything. You're just taking shots to the head. Technically, it's 6 undefended shots and the fight's over. I think that was more than 6. All right, back in the ring. Hopefully Roach now understands the distance a little bit here, but with Cruz just constantly applying pressure, he's got Roach against the ropes or in the corner. Clinching, and then we're back to center ring. Oh, Cruz almost knocks Roach down. I don't know if the ref's going to call that a knockdown. He is. I think he is. Because he fell into the ropes, and if the ropes weren't there, Roach would have hit the canvas. Wow. Okay, so now this is a 10-8 round for Isaac Cruz in the third round. Good for him, man. That was a nice, short, little hard shot. Roach is going to have to be very careful now. He can't just put up the double high guard and stand toe-to-toe with the Cruiser. He's going to get knocked out. Got less than half a minute to go here in the third. Oh my goodness. And Cruz is getting off some nice hard shots, including a nice hard body shot. Roach is doing the wrong thing by standing there and covering up. He should be moving around or holding. I don't know why he's standing. No, bad move, Lamont. Okay, he just rode out the round, but he ate a whole bunch of punches towards the end of that round.
の中でも最大の勝利になったと思います。元王者ブランドン・モラエルに対して見事な勝利でした。Nice to meet you, everybody! I'm happy to go!
All right, Tatsuo Taira just yelled something at the audience, but who knows what he just said.
Many of us thought that it was a bit premature. レフェリーがストップした時、自分の中ではどういう気持ち
Oh, I see.
がありましたか？
Lamont Roach's glove actually touched the canvas when he stumbled away from Cruz's hard shot, so that is definitely a knockdown. Now, here's the irony. Tank Davis took a knee and didn't get called for a knockdown versus Roach, so anyways.
So I was surprised in that sense as well, but very happy for the win. But Brandon Moreno, again, former champion, number 2 ranked, one of the best in the sport. Now you are in an incredible position, and Pantoja will be defending his title tonight against Joshua Van. Give us your thoughts on where you fit into the division now. モレノを通してこの後、パントージャバンとやりますか？
Back in the boxing ring, the men are standing toe to toe. I don't know why Lamont Roach is doing this. Maybe he thinks he can get it back. Taira asked for a title shot.
That shot, sir. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Tatsuro Taira.
Okay, back in the ring. In my opinion, Roach should be moving around. Not sure what the ref is saying to him right now. But they're back at center ring. I'm really confused as to why Lamont Roach wants to play Isaac Cruz's game and stand there toe to toe, but well, he just ate a big right hand from Cruz. See, Cruz is like he naturally sucks his torso in and turtles up, and he's able to eat some punches better that way, but most fighters don't have that type of build, so it's like Isaac Cruz's physique is perfectly suited to his fighting style. And Cruz just ate a little short right hand from Roach. I don't know. I think this is not a good strategy for Lamont Roach, but that's what he's chosen to do. So let's see if he's able to make this work for himself. Oh, sneaky little uppercut there from Lamont Roach on the inside, as he has an underhook on the other side. And big body shot thrown by Isaac Cruz there. I'm wondering if this is Lamont Roach's decision to do this, to stand toe-to-toe with Isaac Cruz, or this is what his corner told him to do. Okay, nice sneaky little uppercut again by Roach, but is this going to be enough, or Cruz's punch is going to wear him down slowly but surely? All right, less than 15 seconds to go here in the 4th round. Right, ref warns Roach about something. I don't know if it's holding. Both men miss with big hooks. And that's the round.
Landed by Cruz. And right in the belt line. You see the frustration right there from Roach. Pushing him back. With the combinations. Pitbull Cruz throws a lot, starting with the body, and he always finishes upstairs. Same hook. Hook downstairs, hook upstairs.
Nice hook to the body by Pitbull.
Don't fall into his game
Well, it's funny, they're telling Pitbull not to fall into Roach's game, but it looks like Roach is falling into Pitbull's game. Right off the bat, Pitbull lands a nice overhand right. Roach is using that half shell guard on the inside. He could get clipped with that. Roach with high double, standing toe-to-toe with Pitbull Cruz. Not something I thought I'd see. Ref is again telling Pitbull to keep his punches up. I mean, it looks like they're landing right on the belt line, but... Well, maybe this main event makes up for the action we didn't get to see in some of the other fights. Oh, nice double jab right hand by Isaac Cruz. Nice little short uppercuts on the inside by Isaac Cruz as well. I like how he's switching up his punch choice. Oh, Roach tries for a left hook to the head, left hook to the body. Nice right uppercut by Isaac Cruz. Cruz misses with the overhand right. Oh, at the UFC, they're announcing Volkanovski versus Lopez, too. End of January, January 31st. How are you doing, Adam? All right, surprise here, you guys, in the boxing ring. Lamont Roach is standing toe-to-toe with Isaac Cruz. Not sure why this is his game plan. I thought he would do more of this, like move around, pick his shots. All right, we're cutting to footage of Alex Pantoja shadow boxing at the camera. Okay, in the ring, a nice 1-2 from Roach. See, when he keeps a little bit further out, I think that's to his advantage right at this distance where he is right now. All right, so I feel like Lamont Roach is giving this fight away. I don't know why he's fighting like this, but why he's fighting toe-to-toe, I think he should fight the way he ended this last round, which is a little bit more at further distance. All right, I think up next in the cage is Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. So this should be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to this one, and of course the main event. All right, guys, here we have Cruz, more than likely defeating Roach, but can Roach get it together? We're in the 5th round, scheduled for 12. All right, Roach and Cruz standing toe-to-toe, head-to-head in the center of the ring. I don't think that's a good strategy for Roach. I keep saying that, but he wants to be more a little bit past mid-range, so he can pick Isaac Cruz off with his jab. When they fall into a clinch like they just did, that's not to his advantage. It's just a time killer and an energy zapper.
It's 21 hours.
Well, it is hard to believe that this is a pay-per-view. Roach versus Cruz is not pay-per-view material. Oh, now Cruz is the one maintaining distance. That's really interesting. Cruz coming forward. Roach with a nice little left hook. There we go. Some nice double jabs. Hey, what's up, Nebula? Good to see you. Thanks again for joining us. We're watching Pitbull Cruz versus Roach, and we're about to see Josh Van challenge Alex Pantoja for the belt. Are you watching boxing or are you watching UFC? Okay, in the ring we got Cruz marching forward, lands a nice double jab right hand. Roach is circling away on the outside, but that's the round. So far, my prediction's wrong. It's Isaac Cruz is up by decision. He actually got a knockdown on Roach. I think that was either the third or fourth round. I think maybe it was a third. Yeah, where he rocked Roach hard. Roach stumbled. His glove touched the ground. The rest, he didn't actually touch the canvas, but his glove touched the canvas, so it counts as a knockdown. Looks like Roach's corner is calling for body shots. Now, according to the stats, Roach is outlanding Cruz. But honestly, it looks like Cruz is doing more damage, so. Okay, Nebula, well, let's see. Jan Blachowicz, Polish Power 1. He stopped his opponent. Peyton Talbot handily defeated Henry Cejudo, and Henry Cejudo retired. And Tatsuo Taira, probably relatively unknown to most people, got a stoppage victory over Brandon Moreno, which is awesome because Moreno was ranked number 2, so now Tatsuo Taira has to jump up in the rankings. He called for a title shot next, kind of playing to the camera, but he's not wrong. You know, if he earns that number 2 shot, then between Van and Pantoja, we'll figure out who the champ is, right? All right, in the ring, we are in the 7th round, scheduled for 12. I have Cruz up, but according to these stats that they just flashed, they're saying Roach is outlanding Cruz, but yeah, surprising KO of Moreno is absolutely right. But very smart move on Tyra's part to just play that out on the ground the way he did. You know, it was really nice groundwork. You know, he went from a position that didn't seem too threatening, and then he got Moreno into just a really bad position right at the end. All right, in the ring, both men standing toe to toe. Again, the ref is going to take a point from Cruz for kidney punches. Alright, so now both men in the boxing ring have lost a point. Roach for touching the canvas and Cruz for, I guess, for kidney punches. Right, over in the cage, we're getting Joshua Van greased up. In the ring, Roach and Cruz still standing toe-to-toe, more or less. Guess Roach wants a shootout with Cruz, but they want to see who's más macho? I don't know. Cruz coming forward with his jab and right hand. Very simple. Jab, right hand, and then clinch. Which fight were you referring to, Brad? Oh, nice double jab right hand by Pitbull Cruz. Oh, did Jayo Pataya fight? Sorry, I missed it. I'll have to check it out. Was it worth checking out? Oh, nice. I'll definitely have to try to rewatch it. Hopefully, the Zone or whoever puts it up on YouTube. I do like Jayo Patai. He's one of my favorite fighters in this sort of new up and coming batch. Are you a Jayo Patai fan? All right, we got Alex Pantoja making his cage walk. All right, here we go. I think this is the ninth round. Oh, my bad. It's only the 8th round of Cruz Roach. Brad is saying now Jai can call for the unification. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I hope Joseph Parker gets cleared of these so-called cocaine positive tests, which makes no sense. I think it's tainted supplement. Not that anybody intentionally put that in the supplement. I think it was probably a worker in the factory was using this stuff, and you know, trace amount is a trace amount. All right, in the ring, we still have Lamont Roach is moving away from Isaac Cruz, who's advancing forward behind his jab right now. Jab, big right hand misses, but... And I like how Isaac Cruz does a little roll underneath and comes back with a big left hook. Yeah, I'm watching Cruz versus Roach, and I'm watching UFC. Well, now we have Roach turning it up a little bit in the boxing ring, opening up with some lead left hooks. I'm confused as to why Roach doesn't just stick behind his jab, but no, there's no heavyweights on this card in the United States. Just Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz fighting for an interim 140-pound belt. All the heavyweight boxing is in the UK at the moment, it seems like. The UK or New Zealand, Australia. Who's he fighting next? I haven't seen the news. Who's Usyk going to fight next? Really? Wilder? That makes no sense. Are you serious? They're giving Wilder a money shot then. I don't know. That's ridiculous. Wilder is shot. He should have quit before he fought Parker, but he definitely should have quit after he fought Parker. Wilder definitely doesn't deserve a shot at undisputed. But as they say, it's a moneymaker. All right, in the cage, they're announcing Joshua Van. Right, end of that last round. Isaac Cruz is sticking his tongue out at Lamont Roach. Oh, I appreciate that very much, Brad. Yeah, sometimes I feel like the algorithm is not going to help me out just because, I don't know, all the boxing commentators are dudes that wear a baseball cap backwards and have a pair of gloves hanging in the background that have never been used for boxing, you know? Like, I actually use my boxing gloves, so I'm not going to hang them on the wall. They're hanging up on a rack, trying to air them out. All right. Ninth round of Lamont Roach versus Isaac Cruz. I personally have Isaac Cruz up, but who knows how these judges will score this. Now we have Isaac Cruz moving around a little bit, opening up with a big right hand left hook. This is strange. Isaac Cruz is the one moving around a little more, and Roach is standing more stationary. A big body shot right hand by Cruz. Nebula says, I guess Wilder is that last of that generation, and Usyk wants to defeat them all. It's sort of pointless, though. It's like taking candy from a baby. Oh yeah, Brad, my boxing record's not too good, but you can see a lot of my fights. They're right here on this channel. Look for the videos under full fights. They're purple thumbnails. Okay, in the cage, right off the bat, Pantoja and Van are getting right after it. Pantoja tries for a head kick. Holy cow, what just happened? That's crazy. Pantoja gets waved off immediately. Something happened to his leg. What the heck? That fight lasted seconds. Or is it his arm? I don't know. Wow. Something happened to Pantoja's arm. I can't believe it. Joshua Van is the champion of the world. Joshua Van is the new UFC champion. That's crazy. Oh! Pantoja posted with his elbow on the ground as Van had his leg elevated, and it totally must have hyperextended or dislocated Pantoja's elbow. It like bent the wrong way. Ugh. Yeah, he reached out with his hand to post as he was falling. That's why they tell you how to break fall in judo. Yeah, that sucks. That's it. And I guess Herb Dean recognized what that was, and ugh. Yeah, Pantoja did actually wave like this, like. Yeah, Pantoja's talking to Dana right away. I don't know how that's gonna work. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, Pantoja's sons are so upset. Alright, well, that sucks for him because he's got a long way back with the rehab, but that is crazy. I can't believe Joshua Van won that fight, but whatever. Okay, back in the boxing ring, we got a little bit of grappling. We're in the 10th round of a not so exciting fight. I don't know, like Roach is gesturing and stuff. He should be getting down to business here. Just like that. Nice hard shots from the outside. Nebula, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Truly appreciated. Alright, back in the boxing ring. Pitbull advancing forward as usual. Roach looking a little more alive, but he just got clipped a little bit there. He's trying to do the matador gesture, but Cruz is gesturing right back at him. It's not really helping Roach to clown around. He's got three rounds to secure a victory. Jake, I would say Pitbull Cruz is winning versus Lamont Roach, but who knows how the judges will score this. And in the cage, Josh Fan just got a freak accident victory because he elevated Alex Pantoja's leg when Pantoja threw a head kick. Pantoja reached out for the ground, and I think he snapped his elbow or dislocated it, something. So Herb Dean waved the fight off immediately. Josh Van is the new UFC champion. It's crazy. He didn't win that so much as Alex Pantoja lost it, but let's hear what he has to say. All right, back to the boxing. Now Roach is able to land his jab on Cruz. Cruz is marching forward at him. Roach is waving him on. Cruz is dancing around with his hands down, making fun of Roach. They're both dissing each other. Crazy. Now we got Cruz moving around on the outside. Uncharacteristically. 10 seconds remaining in this 10th round, scheduled for 12. Jake, what are you watching, boxing or UFC? All right, let's see what happens in these final few rounds of Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz. All right, unbelievable. Joshua Van is UFC champion. That wasn't even a fight. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of clowning around in the ring. It's just too risky, too, and it takes your mind off the actual fight. All right, the unofficial person scoring this fight has it a draw. Oh, well. All right, little grappling in the cage, in the ring right now. Wow, I don't know if Pantoja is going to get an immediate rematch clause, but unfortunately for him, he's got a lot of rehab to do, so that kind of sucks. Alright guys, I can't wait for this boxing match to be over because it's excruciating. Alright, now Roach is doing the right thing, staying a little bit more on the outside. But by the same token, Cruz should get busy as well. Well, he just did there. He threw a series of jabs. Now we're clinching. Okay, Pitbull Cruz marching forward, opens up with the big left hook to the body. Roach moves away. Roach tries to flurry and then grabs. Just about a minute left in the second last round, the penultimate round. Okay, no matter who wins this fight, there's going to be some controversy, I feel like. Oh, I'm going, hi Nebula, I'm going with Merab for sure. Who do you have? Right, Pitbull with a nice jab there. Nice body shot, double jab by Pitbull. Oh, big right hand by Pitbull. Rocks Roach right at the end of this round, and he starts to open up. Roach tries to fire back as well, but oh goodness, and another little short little left hook on the inside, right at the closing bell. Great job by Pitbull Cruz right at the end of that round. He hurt Roach. Again, Roach wanted to stand and trade. Well, he got what he asked for, right? I still can't believe Pantoja lost that fight and that Josh Van is UFC champion. Brad, yes, this is the main event for boxing. It's one more round and the main event for the UFC is about to start. Merab versus Peter Yan. Well, so far I would say Peyton Talbot's, it's kind of weird. It's like the younger generation taking over, right? Like Peyton Talbot beat Henry Cejudo. Tatsuo Taira beat Brandon Moreno, although I don't really consider Moreno like a super old generation. And freakishly, Josh Van defeats Alex Pantoja. So, anyways. Okay, here we go. Last round of Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach. And according to these unofficial scorecards, they're saying that Roach has outpunched Cruz. But the thing is, Cruz is hurt. The rule is effective aggression, so Cruz has been more effectively aggressive, even if he's only landed fewer punches. What's my takedown defense like? It's mostly like hip-based since I have a background in judo. All right, in the ring, here's the cat. In the ring, oh, Pitbull and Lamont again standing toe-to-toe. Pitbull catches Roach again with a nice little short left hook. Start grappling. Minute and a half left here in this last round. Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach. Another right hand lands for Pitbull Cruz. Catches Roach in a guillotine, kind of. Oh, Roach comes back with a nice little left hook right hand. Alright, if they give Roach this decision by margin, then we know that there's absolutely just favoritism here. I would give this fight to Isaac Cruz, but 1 minute left here. We got Pitbull Cruz moving around the ring, back and forth. I don't know if this means he feels like he's won by enough of a margin that he can just kill the round. Nice little short left hook there by Isaac. Nice body shot. Oh, sorry, you mean what's Jan's? I thought you said what's your. My fault. Yeah, well, I'm assuming Jan has drilled that, but I don't think anybody has an effective bulletproof defense against Merab. And the thing is, Merab has such excellent cardio, he's just going to keep coming. He doesn't care if he gets a takedown or not. He's going to keep shooting. All right, here we go. Final few seconds of Roach, Cruz, and Cruz is firing to the last bell. He raises his hand in victory. Lamont is, I don't know who he's yelling at outside the ring, but Abner Mars is saying Cruz didn't throw enough, but I feel like Cruz did more damage than Roach. So we'll see. Nebula's saying Merab doesn't run out of gas. Yeah, it is. It is pretty freakish, right? But that's the thing. You build up that type of engine over time, so it's not something we do in one training camp. He's been working at that for years. All right, sorry, my cat is kind of in the way here. I mean, Isaac hurt Roach a couple of times. I don't know that Roach ever hurt Isaac, so that's why I would give the fight to Isaac Cruz against my prediction. But Roach didn't fight the way I thought he would fight, which would have been to be a boxer puncher, like get in and get out. He he chose to stand his ground, which I didn't think was the smartest game plan, but my cat's name is Herbie, and he's on the prowl, so anywhere's fair game in his eyes. All right, in the cage we got Petr Yan making his ring walk. Looks very upbeat. All right, on the boxing, they're going to the CompuBox stats. And they're saying that basically Roach landed a higher percentage of all his punches. Sort of irrelevant. All right, I guess we're going to go to the announcement now. Okay, it's good timing because the UFC fighters are just getting ready to get in the cage. $115, $111 Cruz. Oh, two judges call it 113, 113. Majority draw. That means, I don't know what that means. Well, I guess that means Isaac retains his belt. Oh, Brian Campbell's wearing a tie with a tie clip. I think that's the biggest news of the evening. What does Brian Campbell have on his back? Oh, Oh, it's the wire for his mic. Alright. Very bad interview. Oh well. I don't want to listen to that. Oh, alright, Carlos, see you. You're not going to stick around for Merab versus Peter? Alright, Merab is making his walk to the cage. Alright, Brian Campbell doesn't have the greatest questions to ask. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. All right, Carlos. All right, you have a good night too. Thanks for joining. So Isaac Cruz is saying he feels the referee and the judges were biased. It's possible. I don't know. I mean, certainly the ringside judges or whoever they were I think they had it ahead for Roach or something. I don't know. Cruz was the betting underdog. Oh boy. All right, in the cage we have Merab in his custom trunks. Peter Yan's already in the cage. Well, I'm impressed by the performance from Pitbull Cruz. I didn't think he's going to win. I thought Roach would outpoint him, but it is what it is. I called it wrong before the fight, and I disagree with the fact that they called it a majority draw. So... yeah, that's kind of cool that if it winds up being even, you find another round to decide. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like the UFC contender, right? If it's one round apiece after 2 rounds, and they fight a 3rd round. All right. Yeah, I would have thought Roach would have outpointed Cruz. Instead, decided to stand toe to toe. I felt for that reason he gave a lot of rounds to Cruz, but in the end they called it a draw. So go figure, right? Now the guy who's normally a translator is holding an ice bag on Lamont Roach's hand. I don't know why. Maybe he got a promotion from translator to ice bag holder. Alright, so waiting for this main event in the UFC. Not sure where we're watching somebody hold an ice pack on Lamont Roach's hand, but that's what we're doing.
And stay in his chest, in Lamont's chest. Okay, so let's talk about Lamont Roach here as we wrap this up. Talk to me away.
Alright, so now we got the doctor talking to Lamont Roach.
40 pounds going forward. Man, he moved up from 130, took on the baddest dude at 135, Jake Davis.
Alright, Peter and Merab touch it up, center of the cage, and we're about to get started with this. Okay, we've got the doctor looking at Roach's right hand. Not sure why this is being caught on camera, but it is. Nebula says, yeah, like Pitbull, he's always good to watch. Yeah, he comes to fight, so, he made the fight here. All right, in the cage, we got Merab moving around on the outside. Both Peter and, well, actually, take that back. Peter just switched to southpaw. Merab's orthodox. Both men kind of jittery motion. Merab tries for a 1-2. The 2 misses. Another 1-2 from Merab. A Muay Thai type stance. Right hand glued to his hand, right hand glued to his chin, left hand somewhat posting outwards. Peter with a jab. Merab tries to counter with the right hand, doesn't land that. Right now, Peter's doing very well, very good distance control. Moving just out of range of Merab when he throws his strikes. Again, Merab misses with his right hand, closes distance with his jab, shoots with a big overhand right. Okay, that time I like that Merab came back with his left hook off the right hand. Jan lands a nice jab as simultaneously as Merab was throwing his jab. Merab comes forward, jab right hand. Oh, Peter catches him with a nice couple of jabs right there. Nice feinting motion by Merab, but he gets caught with a jab on the way in. Oh, big jab right hand for Peter. This might be Peter's moment. If he's going to defeat Merab, it's going to be via strikes. Nice right hand from Peter, or left hand from Peter again. Merab shoots in, gets that single grip. Now he has the body lock from behind. takes Peter down. Peter posts back up. Merab's still got that body lock from behind. Peter's fighting the hands. Merab is being persistent, traps a leg, lets it go. Peter's now posted with his head against the cage. Merab's got the body lock from behind. Merab is kneeing Peter in the thigh, in the quad. Peter's still with his head against the cage, fighting Merab's hands, but Merab, I don't know how he's maintaining that grip, but he is. They break away, and now Merab's again moving around laterally on the edge of the cage, and that's the round. All right, excuse me for 1 second. All right.
Okay, listen. Stay on the straight punches when you enter, and he's looking just for that big cross. So make sure when we punch, we're gonna block and press. Yes. And I want those doubles. Let's get on that double and let's put his ass down off the double.
John Woo's calling for Merab to shoot for the double. Now, here's the only thing I'm a little concerned with. I don't think John Wood is as strong a cornerman as Matt Serra and Ray Longo, but that's neither here nor there because this is who he has in his corner. Oh, big right hand by Merab, nice. Here we are, round 2, scheduled for 5. Merab Dvalishvili defending his belt versus Peter Yan in a rematch. Merab shoots in for a takedown. Let's see, he doesn't quite have the body lock, but he does have Peter against the cage. Got an underhook. Peter's defending with wizard grip. Good pressure from Merab. Now he switches for a double. Doesn't quite have it. Yan is defending well with his leg. So there's a little bit of an answer to your question, Nebula. All right. Merab, very persistent. Still got that single grip. Peter's pulsing against his head. They break apart, back to center cage. Nice jab, left hook. Nice 1-2 by Merab. I think Wood was calling for mostly straight punches from him. But Jan's jab was very, very effective that first round. Ooh, simultaneous right hands thrown by both fighters. I feel like Yan is the superior striker to Merab, but oh, nice left, right by Merab. Oh, nice little weave by Peter Yan. Went right under Merab's punch. Very tactical fight here. I think Jan's being very disciplined and very economical with the punches he throws. When Peter shoots in for a double, gets it, Now Merab was on his back, is now on all fours. Rolls, nice move by Merab. Reverse the position, great scramble. Now Petr Yan's on his knees. Merab has a body lock from behind. That was wonderful. Oh, Merab takes him down. Petr switches position. Now Peter's got behind Merab. Merab switches to guillotine. Merab has a guillotine grip with Petr Yan against the cage. Petr Yan's posting to defend, posting on Merab's thigh. Now Merab drops down on one knee, stands back up, switches the leverage, and they break apart, back to center cage. Merab swings the big 1-2, but he's missing with that right hand, and he misses again with that big right hand. That's a problem from his training camp. They should have sharpened that up. All right, Merab throws a 1-2 that gets the single. He's being super persistent with it, but Peter's defending that single really well. Petr gets over to the cage. So I see a big improvement in Petr Yan between their first meeting and this. Merab behind with a body lock. Takes Petr against the cage, takes him down to the ground. Petr stands back up. Merab with his knees to the quads and thigh. Now Yan reverses the position. He had 2 underhooks. Ooh, right hand. Merab shoots in again for the single. Petr hops back to the cage. Merab's missing with these big right hands. That's something they should have sharpened up on in training camp. Merab comes back to his corner with a big smile. Although he is bleeding. I think he's got a cut across his nose. Yeah. Oh, eyebrow. Nebula says, I would like to see Petr get a bit more striking, and he can be very dangerous. Just hard to do with Merab. Yeah, his striking for sure is his strong point. And he does have really nice technique with his striking. Petr Yan. Okay, I don't know what they're saying to Merab, but the only reason he should throw his 1-2 at this point is not to land the 2, but to get in for his double or single. Because it's not landing well for him. It's not landing for him, period. Whereas Petr Yan's strikes are landing with more precision. That's why you guys see me doing these drills all the time that are just about precision and not about power. Like that little yellow ball I'll hit every morning, that's all about precision. It's a tennis ball, little yellow ball, yeah. Okay, here we go. Third round rather. Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. We have Merab moving around the cage perimeter. Head kick attempt from Petr Yan. Petr switches to southpaw and then back to righty. Merab's trying to advance forward, but Yan's got a very precise jab. Yan's also posting out with his jab hand. Oh, Merab does land his right hand this time. Gets Yan in a guillotine position, and Yan uses that to take Merab down. Petr has Merab's back against standing. Nice move by Yan. So I see a big improvement in Petr Yan here. You can tell he really trains specifics. I'm not so sure that Merab's corner knew how to prepare him for the fight. He just got clipped with a short little left hook. Merab shoots in for a double, doesn't get it. Oh, now he's elevated Petr Yan. He's carrying him across the cage. Where's he taking him? And now he dumps him. Not sure why he chose to dump him there. Yan gets up to his feet. Merab has him from behind with a body lock. Peter's against the cage. Merab takes Yan again, down again, with like a sacrifice throw. Petr Yan makes it to his feet. Merab still has the body lock. Knee to the hamstring. Knee to the hamstring. Peter's trying to fight the hands. I don't know how Merab's able to keep that grip. Now Merab gets one hook in. Turns to the side a little bit. Peter posts with his leg well. Turns. Merab has a single. Gives that up for a knee. Both men exchange jabs. Merab shoots in again. Yan posts. Merab works Peter back to the cage. Gets Peter down for a moment, but Peter's right back up to his feet. Much better round for Merab's thus far. 2 minutes to go. Just over. Again, Merab makes a double attempt, but abandons it. Oh, Merab again, missing with that big right hand. Nice body kick attempt by Petr Yan. Petr Yan's jab is looking terrific. Merab shoots in for a double. Peter sprawls and stuffs it. Back to their feet. Yan shoots in for a single, totally misses it. Merab with strikes, Peter against the cage. Peter swinging wildly. Nice 1-2 by Petr Yan. Oh, nice simultaneous jabs. Merab again shoots in for a double, doesn't get it. Persists with a single, walks Petr Yan back to the cage, but Peter defends really well. Oh, now we're standing toe-to-toe at the cage. Yan reverses position. Oh, nice short right hand from Merab. This is a tough round to score. Men exchange knees to the body. Back to center ring. Center cage. Petr Yan attempts a takedown, but abandons it. Nice jab right hand by Merab. Oh, nice right hand by Merab. Yan with a nice jab. Nice body kick by Petr Yan. That hurt Merab, but he's smiling, trying to shuffle around. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Merab crowds, clinches. Yan has Merab against the cage. And that's the round. Wow. Who do I think is winning the fight? This is tough. I mean, I give a slight edge to Petr Yan at this point. This is very close. Okay, excuse me 1 sec. I gotta get something to drink. I'll be right back. All right. I don't know. It could be and the new. Cheers, you guys. Sugar-free root beer. Excuse me. Okay, we are watching the main event of the UFC 323, Merab Dvalishvili, one of my favorite fighters, versus Petr Yan, a highly skillful striker. And at this point, we might say that Yan has the edge with the striking. Oh, nice right hand by Merab. Merab gets Petr back to the edge, to the cage rather, and shoots in, trying for the body lock. Petr goes for his single grip. Interesting. Okay, so now Merab has a guillotine grip. Petr Yan has takes Merab down. Merab's persisting with that guillotine grip. I started pro boxing in 2000. Technically speaking, I'm not retired yet, so we won't refer to it in the past tense. All right, interesting. Okay, Petr gets out of that guillotine grip. Merab's in bottom position. Looks like he's up to his feet for a moment. Now Petr has a body lock from behind. Merab is facing the cage. Merab reverses it. They break apart back to center ring. Center cage, rather. I like how Petr Yan's being very disciplined about keeping his rear guard hand up. Nice head kick attempt by Petr Yan. This is where Petr really wants to keep the fight, is at the striking distance. He has the straighter punches. That was a nice straight jab. Nice jab from Merab. Nice right hand from Merab. I like how Merab strings together his striking straight to a takedown attempt, a takedown entry. But here we go. Peter's clearly trained to defend these takedown attempts. Oh, nice work by Merab there. Nice stringing this together. But Petr Yan is really defending Merab's takedown attempts very well. Oh, nice 1-2 by Petr. Merab's moving around. Oh, goodness. I think Yan has Merab hurt. Merab has to stay composed here and not give anything away to Petr Yan. He still has a minute and a half. Inside kick, body kick by Petr. Beautiful. Merab's got to get off that cage. Petr shoots in for a double. Doesn't get it. Peter's got it under. Merab has the wizard grip. Nice little elbow attempt by Petr. Oh, big props to Petr Yan because clearly his conditioning is outstanding. His preparation for this fight has been outstanding. He's technically so on point. Whereas I see a few flaws in what Merab's doing. Peter's hurt Merab to the body. Merab pushes forward. Wow, Merab is just so strong mentally. That's incredible. Nice jab by Merab. Nice right hand. But nice jab coming right back by Petr Yan. Peter's so calm and no wasted motion from him. Spinning back attempt by Petr Yan. Merab is trying to stay light on his feet, but this does take a lot of energy. Again, Merab shoots a double takedown attempt, but doesn't get it. Double jab right hand by Merab. At this point, Merab's looking more damaged than Yan. And that's the round. Okay, Merab needs a big 5th round to get this, to secure this. Nebula, are you cheering for Jan? I guess I'm getting all these, getting all my calls incorrect tonight. I had, Pantoja and Merab, but it looks like it might be and new instead of and still. Here we go, fifth and final round, you guys. Merab needs a big round, I think, to retain his belt. Otherwise, wow, Petr Yan is in such great shape. He's looking so fresh. Merab most certainly has more damage showing, but we're not supposed to score damage, right? Petr opens up with a couple of kicks out of southpaw stance. Merab misses with a big right hand. Lots of jittery motion from Merab. Nice double jabs going forward from Merab. But notice how Yan takes these little small steps back, just get out of Merab's distance when he advances. Nice little sip there by Yan. Can't believe Merab is still bouncing on his feet, but we knew he was going to come in great shape. Here we have Yan posting with that lead hand, looking for his power shot. Interesting strategy to fight out of southpaw stance this last round. Creates a different type of distance. Oh, nice 1-2 from Petr Yan. Now he switches back to righty. Oh, nice left hook right hand. Merab closes distance, does not get it. Big takedown entry. Ooh. Ooh, nice lefts from Petr Yan. Again, Merab's missing a lot with that hard right hand. Oh, he gets it short right hand there that time. Petr Yan just so poised, so focused, so disciplined here. Oh, nice. Nice shot lands for Petr Yan. Oh, and Ivalishvili with the body lock. Petr Yan avoids getting taken down there by Merab. The halfway point of this fifth and final round, Merab has to make something happen here in this final closing minute if he wants to keep his belt. Merab shoots in, but Petr reverses the position, and he's the one that gets the Merab against the cage. Nice couple of jabs from Merab and an elbow. Wow, I think we have to give this fight to Petr Yan. Unless Merab can do something this final couple of minutes. Oh, he does get that. Petr gets that throw. So now he has Merab in bottom position. He's got the body lock. Merab fights up to his knees. Now he's standing. Merab walks forward with his jabs. Attempts a big right hand. Nice body kick by Petr Yan. These are doing damage. You tell by Merab just moves away. One minute left. Nice knee by Petr Yan. I'd say one big flaw here with Merab is that they didn't straighten out his right hand in camp. They didn't work on that right hand because he missed so many times with it. Wow, half a minute here. I think we have nhbo. All right, swinging for the fences. Petr shoots in for a double, and he gets it right at the bell, practically. Last 10 seconds. What a nice way to secure the decision. Yan has the body lock, and that's the bell. Merab waves his hands, but I think it's Petr Yan's fight. Good for him. Brilliant game plan. Wonderful job of training by Petr Yan. Merab goes straight over to Dana. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Merab shakes hands with Dana and Hunter. Peter's on the cage raising his hands. Interesting that Merab didn't do that. I think Merab knows that he just lost the belt there. Nebula says, awesome fight from Yan. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was so much improvement from Yan between their first fight and this rematch. Like, his takedown defense, his incredibly precise striking. I mean, we already knew he was the more precise striker, but the way he defended the takedowns and blended that right into his strikes. I think the body kicks made a difference. Oh, and I guess Ray Longo was in Merab's corner. I don't know. Didn't hear his voice, just saw John Wood more. I wonder how much Ray Longo was involved in the camp. All right, Petr Yan raising his hands in victory. Yeah, this was a pay-per-view fight as opposed to Roach Cruz, which was not. Okay, let's see how they scored. 49-46 twice and 48-47 twice. 48-46 once, I mean. New. Well deserved. Holy cow. Good for Petr Yan. Wow, he trained so smart, and they had such a great game plan. Good for him. He was affected with his advantage, which is striking, and then he defended Merab's strong point, which is the takedowns, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the winner and new, once again, bantamweight champion of the world, Petr Yan. Petr, that was one of the best fights I have ever seen. You matched Merab with the pace. You punished him with strikes. You even took him down. One of the finest performances in the history of the bantamweight division.
Rogan just told him, "Thank you so much, Nebula. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate it." Rogan said to Peter that that was one of the best performances in that division. Thank you so much, Nebula. I really appreciate your support. It's so much positive motivation, makes it worthwhile for me to do these lives, whether it's these fight lives or the training lives. Rogan is saying, acknowledging the insane pace. Peter acknowledges their team. He says he fought twice with Aljo, twice with merab, and says they're just an incredibly strong team. Yeah, and put on an incredible performance. You're right, Jim. Well, it's clear that Peter Yan put in the hard work. Yeah, who's next for Yan? That's a great question. You think it's Umar next? I mean, we got to give props to merab. He wanted to defend a belt 4 times in 1 year. He could have taken December off. Merab is asking for the rematch. Merab said he wanted to make an entertaining fight. So here's the thing. I mean, it's cool to want to entertain the crowd, but you also gotta want to inflict damage on the other person. You got to figure out how to do that effectively without taking too much damage yourself, right? So I mean, I think he does deserve the rematch, seeing as this is his 4th defense this year, you know? many commentators said that Jan didn't deserve. Now, Jan, unfortunately, for Merab, I mean, I was rooting for Merab, but Jan dominated. You know, he was poised. He was effective. He was efficient. He chose his shots really well. Um, between his straight, he had better straight punches. He had better kicks. You know, he had that body kick and the head kick. Um, he was most definitely the more effective striker, and then he defended Merab's takedowns more often than not, and he also got his own takedowns a couple of times. So, yeah, I feel like Jan really went to the drawing board and figured out a better game plan. I don't know that Merab's team really worked with him on that, so they definitely didn't work with him on his straight right hand because he just kept missing with that far too many times. And even though he didn't get directly countered when he missed with his right hand, it's a lot of energy that's wasted if you don't land your punch, right? So, and it's a missed opportunity. If all you had to do was throw it straighter, I mean, it sounds easier than it is, but that's a technical issue that should have been addressed in this last camp. Okay, so that's the last big pay-per-view for the year 2025. Next up is UFC 324 with the whole Justin versus Patty thing and the whole Kayla versus Amanda Nunes. So I guess we can look forward to that. Well, they have all their fights for the spring already lined up, at least in terms of where it's going to be. Looks like there's going to be a fight at the O2 in London. All right, guys, look, it's been a long evening, 2.5 hours. Nebula, thank you so much for your generosity and your kindness. Remember, you guys, every penny counts. Every little jewel helps. So if you're up for it, you're welcome to drop a jewel on any live stream. Drop a super thanks on any of the videos. All you got to do in the comments is scroll over to the right and hit the little heart thing with the $sign in it, and you can select the amount you'd like to contribute. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up in the next couple minutes. Let me know if you have any burning thoughts or questions. Otherwise, we're gonna say goodnight in about 2 minutes because it's been over 2.5 hours. Yeah, Jim, I agree. I've never seen Jan work that hard. He was so focused. That was so much better than the boxing fight. I can't even begin. All right, 1 more minute for you guys to post up a question or a comment. Thank you so much, Jim. Really appreciate it. Nebula says, pity about Tapuria. Yeah, sitting out the first quarter of next year. Oh, for sure. Plus, Nebula, I think it could drag on longer than that. Because if this is an ugly divorce, I mean, they have 2 kids together. So not only is it about the divorce, the alimony, child custody, visitation. I don't know where they got married. If they got married in the U.S., I don't know where they're filing for divorce. If they're filing in the U.S. Because the rules here, or the law here about divorce and custody and all that, it varies from state to state, and some states are really more biased against the man than they are the woman. But we won't go down that rabbit hole. But my point is that I hope that Tapuria can come back sometime next year, but it's going to take more than 3 months for him to resolve this. Yeah, Nebula, I agree. I don't want to get too, what do you call that? Like a tabloid about it, but, Yeah. Jim, exactly. Life outside the ring is a big part of it, and if you're around the wrong people, that can ruin your whole career. Don't know if you guys heard of a boxer named Michael Nunn, but look him up once we get off this stream. And sad tale of woe. I mean, he's doing okay now, I think, but yeah, you can read that story and think about what could have been for Michael Nunn, Nunn. All right, Jim, Nebula, I'm assuming you guys have both subscribed and hit the bell. If not, yeah, definitely hit the bell so you know when we go live. It's always a pleasure having folks on a live stream who know something about the fight game and have interesting observations or questions. So pleasure having you guys here. Yes, thank you, and good night for now. Sleep well, everybody. Have an awesome Sunday, and I will be back in the gym Monday morning, so hope to see you there. Thanks again.